You come into my house. You step on my doorstep. You darken my doorway. You come in here and you tell me. You come in here with these words. You say, hey, guess where the starting Sue screen is? And then you hit me with up. I'll show you what's up. It's my blood pressure. When I see you in this chat room. Hello, Stove. Welcome in. And not in a lewd way, you weirdos. In a very anxiety-inducing way. How you been? I've been doing good. I have infinitely more sleep than I did yesterday, so that's a plus. I'm not entirely dying upon the cross. You ever see those paintings of Jesus? When he's on the cross, he looks so tired. I know that's probably not what you're supposed to take away from those, but it's just like, it's an observation. He doesn't look alert. I'm pretty sure they put him on the cross after torture, though, so it's like, I probably wouldn't be too in with it. After being filleted or whatever. What'd they do to him? They hit him with lashes or something? It's not called, like a flog? I don't remember. I didn't see Passion of the Christ, alright? I'm not, and I definitely didn't read the Bible. Yes, he did. Then there's, of course, that, what's that one? There it is. Yeah. This is probably my favorite depiction of the Christ. As it were. Here we go. Oh, yeah, look at him. I mean, just like what a perfect representation of not only a human being, but the ideal human being. The Savior himself. Monkey Christ. Very good. I still can't believe this story is real. Some sweet, I'm assuming very just, you know, absent-minded but well-meaning old religious woman decides, you know what I am today? A professional painting restorer. And this is what she did. They didn't let me finish. I'm just reading the article beneath the picture I clicked on. Lady, I'm going to tell you something right now. I think that's for the best. That poor old woman, yeah, I did hear it was pretty rough for her for a while after the fact, after this whole thing happened. But you know what? It's pretty funny as someone who was not affected by it directly. And also, she did take it into her own. Like, there is full accountability to be taken there. She did that. She chose to do this. She chose to paint the Monkey Christ. And honestly, it's progressive of her to give them a figure to look up to in that way. Because I heard that the primates, some of them, I don't remember which ones, but apparently they're entering their own Bronze Age. They're using, like, basic tools. And that's gonna be a nightmare. When the monkeys start figuring out how to do that. And then that's not too far from that point, I imagine, when they start figuring out religion. And then what are we gonna do after that? Probably die, I assume. It's gonna be Planet of the Apes for real. Because they're already so much stronger than us. All they need is the intelligence boost, and it's over. Yeah, they're like figuring out pulleys. They're like simple machines. I can't believe it. I never thought I would see the day, mainly because I thought evolution worked a little slower than that. But the fact that we're witnessing it progress, that's not good. That cannot be good. What panel should I draw one of the backgrounds where there's a bed in the panel? I think you would enjoy that, Stove. I'll draw a bed panel. We thought it was all about the thumbs, Zotan. We were mistaken. No. It's all about the inclined planes. And the wedges and whatever else, whatever the other simple machines are. I'm always down for some bed making. I can't wait till I get out of this prologue and I never have to draw a bed ever again. And then you'll see. You'll all see. That's not true. I can't promise that I'll never draw a bed again, because what if I actually do become successful off of this series, and then I gotta capitalize on the momentum? And the only way I can think to do that is by opening up a spicy Patreon. That's what you gotta do when you make... I've seen so many webcomics, that's just what they do. You just make the spicy Patreon. Even for, like, stories that aren't romance-focused. Oops. Oh wait, hold on. I got multiply layers. It seems like such a cheap way to get your series going. What's this series? It doesn't make me upset, but the way that that you could just tell that it's a vessel. When people make a comic purely as a vessel to a spicy Patreon, that's what I'm like, what are you even? You're not even... I'm mad that you're successful. I'm jealous. I'll admit it. I watched an interview with Critical Role that Wire did. I saw that video get posted, and I wish that I was more into Critical Role to warrant clicking on it. Like, I've watched episodes way back when, but I am definitely out of the loop, so to speak. What are they, on Campaign 3 now? What an unfairly charismatic group of people. Yeah, I know, right? What's up with that? What the hell is that? I can't believe they're all very cool and funny and like each other. That's freaking, like, save some for the rest of us. And then Matt Mercer's hair. Alone. What was I looking up? I forgot. Shit. Oh yeah, I got one. It's gross. Yeah, that's the word I was gonna use. Oh yeah, there's this series called Eldritch Darling. And it's just a weekly comic. And they post, like, it's like a weekly 4-panel thing. And then it's just, you could, then the comics themselves, I'm gonna say it, I don't like them. I find them boring. Gross as beautiful hair. Yes, it's as gross as beautiful hair could be. Or as beautiful as gross hair could be? I don't know. But allow me to illustrate my point. You go here, the content of any of these is not important. I don't even care. Forget. But this is like, it's literally like, here you go. It's just a weekly. How many panels is this? 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then you can tell what they're really spending the majority of their time on is this right here. Ew, gross. Ew, people kissing. Disgusting. Anyway. Oh my god, I didn't realize they showed you the money right there. I thought they weren't allowed to do that on Patreon anymore. Just tell you what the figures are that you're raking in every month. You're getting $5,000 a month for this comic? When you're drawing 4 panels a week? I imagine there's a lot more being drawn here, but you know what? Whatever. Anyway, I think you can click it on or off. That's why would you choose to show people that you're raking in $5,000 a month? My dude. That is ridiculous. Anyway. I gotta figure out this perspective for this bed here. I don't know, man. It's like me with my little fake donation button. I got bags of gold there, but I ain't actually making that. I'm making enough. I'm doing commissions from every now and then, but you know, other than that. Zotia, hello, Gera. Welcome in. I guess, in a sense, I'm doing the same thing in a slightly different way with my fantasy tavern fund at the top of my screen, because that's how much money I have made via commissions as a result of the stream directly. That's what that little indicator is. So I guess that's what I'm doing, just a really lower, a lot lower version of that. I'm not doing 5,000 a month, that I can tell you. What do you even do with 5,000 a month? That's crazy. You do 4 panels a week? You draw like maybe 1 or 2 spicy illustrations on a Patreon? Yeah, I really appreciate you carrying on the dream like that. One of these days, that percentage is going to move. We're going to get like 0.01%. It's going to be nuts. We did the math. I think I have to make like $1,400 for it to be 0.01%. So, you know, as long as we keep the commissions rolling in eventually I will see a number. And there may even, and I don't want to get bold, but there might even be a pixel on that little bar there. A little pixel of color. A man can dream about more than one thing. It's gonna keep going up. I hope so. Every time I say that, I always want to, like, say the line that V does from Devil May Cry 5, just in that exact cadence. One can only hope. He says it like that. I don't know why that's like one of the brainworm phrases that I have. Just the way that he says that in that game. How thick do these gaps have to be? Probably not this thick. Guys, can somebody just give me free time? So that I can play Baldur's Gate 3. Every time I hear anything about it, I'm like, I do be wanting to touch this game. I want to play this game. You have to let me have it. You gotta just give me a shot, coach. Put me in. I want to play the D&D video game so bad. I've been listening to so many D&D podcasts while I'm at work so I don't go insane. You gotta let me in there. It's the same for me with the way Cortana says, I wouldn't know what to do in Halo. Yeah. I have that brainworm thing for like every line of dialogue from Kid Icarus Uprising. Like every delivery of every line in that game is just stuck in my brain. Forever. I was hoping to greet you on top of a mountain of corpses. I didn't even get a small pile started. Hades was great, by the way. The game and the villain. And the well, he's a villain in everything. The mythological figure. And as he's portrayed in Hercules. And as he's portrayed in Kid Icarus. Is this thick enough? Hi ho, silver. I don't know. I am glad, I'm proud of myself that I figured out this G-dang room layout at some point. You know, Sakurai wrote that entire game. Every bit, he was the scenario writer for that whole thing? What the hell? That dude's too good at what he does. The localization team, though, it also has to be... I would usually never say this about a localization team. Because I hate localization teams with a passion. I would much prefer, on average, we just get a translation team. But, like, the localization team really nailed it on that game, too. It's just, that game is lightning in a bottle, and I have no idea how they did it. It's crazy. Man, meant to have a writer's team for that, ended up just writing the entire game's dialogue. I mean, it's great. I love that game. And the writing is one of the strongest parts of it. It's freaking hilarious. It's why, or at least part of the reason why, I want a sequel, Sakurai. Give it to me. I know you ain't doing anything right now, except making... I can't even say that. That guy's always working. He's doing that YouTube channel right now where he talks about game dev stuff. Which, like, is crazy. From a man who's worked with Nintendo. Like, that's some of the most valuable game dev expertise you could possibly get, and he's just churning it out for free. On a YouTube channel. That was crazy. The day he launched that, it's pretty cool. I would just take a dope port on the Switch, honestly. Me too. Even if they do that stupid Capcom thing that we proved doesn't work, where they just, like, use it as a test indicator, I don't care, I'll buy it. Even if nobody else buys it. I'll freaking take a Kid Icarus Uprising widescreen port. That'd be sick. I think they should have the localization team have a token passionate player, so they have someone be like, hey, that's not how the XYZ would happen. Yeah, they should definitely have that. You know what game did not have that? One of the Fire Emblem games that came out not recently, but on the 3DS. Apparently, I don't remember exactly what it was, but there was a Fire Emblem game where there's like 2 characters. And in the Japanese version, they have like these meaningful discussions about all their backstories and they're like assassins or something, and they have like a traumatic past, and they bond over that. But in the localized version, they thought it would just be funny to have them just have an alternating series of ellipses, and they don't talk to each other at all, and that was the bit. It's like, great job, really good. I can't believe somebody paid you to do that. What are you doing? Anyway, that's what I think that's most of the reason that I have like a hatred for localization teams. Wow, yeah, I know. I can't believe Azure hates that. I hate that they did it. I can't believe. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Fire Emblem Fates and the Curious Case of Localization. Freaking Nintendo Treehouse. Or whatever the heck they are. I don't know. Oh, wait, is this the one? No. I'm gonna try and see. I just know everybody hates the Fire Emblem Fates localization, and that was one of the most egregious examples of them butchering it. Oh, is this the one? Hold on, I think I found it. Yeah. This is ridiculous. He loves Effie, and that was the one he absolutely hated. Fates. It's Fates, yeah. I found the exact example I was talking about. Here he is. Summoned by the absolute hatred and contempt for Fire Emblem Fates. Here we go. The Japanese translation, of course, on the left. You're the assassin from Nor, Belka, aren't you? Did you want something? Oh, it seems we already know one another's names. Yes, the name Saizo. And then just over here, you just got 4 ellipses. What are you doing? Fates was okay? I don't know. I don't think I could ever say that, seeing this. Knowing that this exists and that this was done. I don't know if I could ever fully agree with that term. Support level C. Just 4 ellipses. I made none of this stuff above up, and I am just trying to put it together in an easy-to-understand picture. So they're just talking about being assassins and all that. It's pretty... It's like, what are you doing? Try again. Try harder. I ask you. And deadlines were hit. Yeah, baby, the game is going gold. We did it. It's interesting because it turns out they both murdered each other's mentors. Whoa. Is that communicated in the localized version at least? Because that sounds interesting. But I wouldn't put it past them to just not include that. Pardon me. How would this handle look? Hold on, I gotta check this out. It's like a little... It's just a little one. Just a little guy. But anyway, the difference between a localization that is good and a localization that is bad has been one that I have been profoundly affected by as a result of just even hearing about that one. I haven't even played Fates, but I've seen that localization. I was like, oh my god. That is horrifying. Just to know that it's out there in the world. Alright, let's draw a candle. Well, this isn't exactly what I had in mind. Maybe I should do like a symmetry tool. I got rulers. Symmetrical. Yeah. I wish subtitlers would have more fun like they do in Sergeant Frog. What is that? Oh wait, have I heard of that one? Let me look that up. I have not heard of this. I looked it up and I have never seen this. An anime. Interesting. I gotta say, the character design of what I'm assuming is the protagonist here, Sergeant Frog, is pretty great. I feel like I've seen this before, but I also feel like I've never seen this before. Which probably means that it was influential and inspired stuff to look exactly like it. That's usually when that happens for me. It's like, oh yeah, this looks familiar, but I've also never seen it. It's probably just because somebody copied it and I saw that. or did something very similar. The subtitler and localization translator are characters? That's awesome. Sometimes it feels like the translators and editors are characters in certain mangas. The narrator too. I mean, that's a good way to do it. It's far more interesting than most of the other solutions. They're made by the same company as the small game you might not have heard of, Gundam. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about no Gundams. Freaking, what are they? What are even... There's like a Power Rangers? Megazord? Big Zam, perhaps? Don't take me knowing what Big Zam is as any indication that I know what Gundam is. It's a bit... And that's the only reason I know about it. Little anime. I mean, Gundam's everything at this point. It's got games, it's got figurines, it's got animes. Didn't there just... Wasn't there like a girl love one that just came out? Like Witches of something? I don't know. Remember, Witches from Mars? That's definitely not what it's called. From Mercury. Okay, I wasn't even that wrong. I wasn't... They're just on the wrong planet. Hey, Witch from Mercury is great backer. I didn't say anything about Witch from Mercury. I said I was, if anything, you didn't let me finish. I was gonna say I want to watch it. I've heard good things. Also, I thought it was on Mars. So it's like, do you really think I have any opinion here? I'm in the wrong part of the solar system. Freaking Galileo over here. Or was Galileo the guy who got it right? Who thought the world was in the center of the universe? Yeah, it's pretty solid. Alright, I might be looking at stuff. I always do... I'm looking for media, particularly shows and movies these days, because I have no time for video games. Which if you showed my, like, 7-year-old self, my current self, they would be very sad. because of the lack of video games that I play these days. But it's the night job, man. I have no time. But yeah, but shows and movies, so I might add Witch from Mercury to my list. I still gotta watch freaking Vinland Saga, too. I don't have that. I gotta watch Arcane still. Christ. Sergeant Frog even plays to knowing it will be translated to English. They make jokes about stuff from America and the lack of understanding Japanese culture. Oh man. So the whole, like, they would have killed it if they were around during the 4Kids era. Is this candle too thick? No, it's probably good. Candle thick, candle wick. Oh, I drew this on the line art layer? What am I, stupid? What am I, an idiot? What am I, an ignoramus? Get out of there. There we go. Just add your gradients, lads. It's so easy to add values. I will say, that's one thing this comic has taught me to be lazy and quick about, is just adding a gradient towards the bottom of the panel to indicate some semblance of volumetric lighting. It's so easy. You just throw it on anything. It works, too. It shouldn't, because it feels too easy, but it works. And for that I am grateful eternally, that there is something in this world that can be done easily. I am tired of this world. Get yourself out of here. I need this color. There we go. Put him back. We only been streaming for half an hour. Sometimes the streams feel like they go by Blitzkrieg style, and other times they feel like this, where it's like, oh, finally, I have more than 2 seconds to work on something. Maybe that's just what it feels like to make progress within a certain span of time. I feel like I'm actually doing something that I set out to do, and what have you. I think I'm gonna need to add more. I'm gonna need to add a multiply layer here. Because when in doubt. Time flies when you're having fun, so I guess we're the opposite. Yeah, I hate this right now. Frick progress, dude. I don't want to freaking make progress. This sucks. Alright. Am I still on the multiply? What am I doing? Alright, get back here. Note taken. Everyone, you can apply this to your everyday life. I'm just a mogul. I think I could be a mogul in that respect. I could just do things in such a way that you shouldn't conduct your life, and then as long as you do the opposite of what I prescribe, you'll be freaking great. The real problem will be if you accidentally decide to listen to me. That's the... don't do that. I'm an inverse self-help book. Time doesn't fly when you're very upset. You can take that one to the bank. I don't know what they would do with it. And also, don't bother them. They have an important service to the public that they're performing. Stop going to the bank and telling them stupid stuff. Probably give it to the rich. Yeah, exactly. Should I do rim lighting on her arm here? Just like a little bit. Questions for later. We'll do that later. We'll think about it, and then I will inevitably not do it. Give me the candle. Give me this thing. I'm not even sure what layer this is. Oh, that's a multiply layer? Where are you? Are these all the important layers that I require? I think so. And then we hide this. Whoops, we hide this. We go here. And then we... ah, Christ. I forget that this happens. These are all copies. Oh, I've copied her entire arm. That's vile. Repulsive, even. I really am just, like, staring at this being like, are you perceived as a tangent right there? I'm just gonna ignore it. First of all... Alright, we could just delete this, because it looks like it's just the arm color. Get out. It's like Matt's gorgeous hair. His luscious locks. And apparently you need them to be a good GM. You wouldn't think it, but it makes total sense in hindsight. Get this little handle out of here. Actually, we can just move it and be productive with our resources. What does dip candy have to be... what? Four-shaped? Foot-shaped. Oh, I see. I was gonna say, what are you talking about? Welcome in, Mask. Don't involve me in your fetish. I mean, if anything, it's probably Steak's fault, I think. I wouldn't put it past him. I have no hair and I'm an amazing GM. Thank you very much. I'm just saying what the Critical Role guys said, alright? I'm just the messenger here. You cannot be upset with me. It's not my wording. I didn't say it. Ball GM, it could, you know, it's more likely than you think. The magic orb that guides your adventure. Where'd my plate go? Excuse me. There it is. Alright, where's the drawer on this thing? It's like pretty close to the top here. We'll just do like about... And then how deep is it? That looks about right. And then this is a little towards the top. Yeah, we could just fudge it. You know, freak it. I can do what I want. This is my comic. Isn't it? It is. Shave by choice, summer's too hot for hair. I kind of agree. Maybe I should do that. I'm not using my freaking hair. Not for anything important. How do I cancel this? Cancel this. Deselect this. Cancel Elon Musk again. Wouldn't mind it. Hear him talk about the woke mind virus again. It's always a fun time. Still ball. I have a mohawk otherwise. I'm just a long-haired, hippie-looking type dude. That's why I brought up the fact that if I wore platform shoes or like platform sandals, I would just look like a rejected Beatles member. If we bullied the Gabino into playing games for us, I mean, do you guys really want me to... Alright, hold on. I know how to satiate all of your wild desires. Supposed to be collabing again sometime? Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to figure out my gotta go buy later masks. Thanks for stopping in. I was trying to figure out my days off because apparently there was a scheduling error. I will be having Wednesdays off again next week, so I'm just going to wait until next week until they determine when I actually have off, and then we'll go from there. Bring back Zotan? I will. I have him. All right, you guys want games so bad? I'll freaking give you a game. Here you go. Fuck you. Play with audio off, by the way, because I can't stand it. The cursor off of the thing. Is this what you wanted? This is what you're getting. This is right up there with Disco Elysium, I think. You and Snake. Someone gave me the opportunity to play Google Snake Game, and I'm going to do it. I wonder what record we're going to get today. I got triple digits a few runs ago. So I wonder if I'm out of practice now. We'll see. Oh, double apple. Yo, we're speed running Snake right now. Didn't have to bully that hard. It seems I was going to play Google Snake Game regardless. Can you do triple digit? We're going to find freaking corner apples. Oh, God. Speedrun ruined. Corner apples are the worst. They're a crime. They require precision. Ooh, you like that? You like that tech that I got? Woo! Frame perfect, by the way. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. There's a very weird vibe that comes with playing Google Snake Game with Demon Souls music playing in the background. I'm not sure if I'm into it yet. Also, this song in particular is just very weird in terms of when it chooses to, oh Christ, make a noise. So Tanda's frame perfect as Snake. What a great time to type. Enough of Google Snake game. I'm getting out of here. Frick, this game sucks anyway. I didn't. My brother took my controller. The sun was in my eyes. My blindfold fell on. What's the highest score in Google Doodle Snake? What the heck? 256 points? That's all it's at. So it sucks again. I'll freaking show you. I can't believe this. Alright, I have to make a comic. Would you all let me do this? Can't believe you. Some of us are trying to make art like Ernest Hemingway. I actually don't want to make art like Ernest Hemingway. I'm pretty sure he was in a drunken stupor every time he was doing anything, so... I would rather make art like somebody else. He did fight Nazis, though, and that's pretty cool. We took over a half hour to figure out that one portal puzzle. It was hard, and we were... Well, I was sleepy. I'm always sleepy, though, so... It's not really much of a difference. Or an excuse. Oh, God. That's large. No, blur all that. Erase some of the more detailed features. You know what? I think I've actually had it with this freaking... this little playlist here. This is Dark Souls 3 music too, so I feel bad leaving it. But we've simply been listening to Dark Souls music for the past 2 streams right now. We need a new OST. What am I gonna find here? I could always go back to the Monster Hunter mines. I do. Or, you know what? While I think of other stuff, you can always go back to the Ghibli Jazz Cafe, which is what I had said it on accident, but you know what, it's fine, we go with it. I just gotta remember that they cycle through their songs at some point, and the moment I realize that they're doing that, we're going to a different playlist. Alright, here we go. I wonder if I should draw the other handles here. I mean, it wouldn't be that hard. Zoten, yes. How are you doing today? I'm doing well today. I've said it before, but I'm running on more than 2 hours of sleep today, so that's a plus. Last stream was a process, to say the least. How are you doing today, Halber? Someone is fancy today. I know. I met a bare minimum requirement for human living. Basically feeling like $1 million right now. I'm just gonna delete this. Wait for the painkillers to kick in. Well, I hope for your sake they do. If that is your goal. I need this here. I won't pry as to why unless you want to disclose the reason. My arm is sprained and it sucks using a PC till they kick in? Ah, I see. Yeah, freaking sprains are annoying because it's like not even serious enough to get the heavy-duty painkillers. It's just like, oh, this is annoying. I don't know if that conveys what I needed to. Maybe I'll just leave the handle out. Sometimes you just gotta realize that you can exclude details if they distract from the focal point of the frame. And maybe that's on me for not knowing how to properly convey it, but I'm pressed for time here and I can do what I want. And so I will. I press the Windows key. What did I have for the sketch layer here, actually? Now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I thought I had the drawers, this little divot on the outside, much like how drawers actually got them. Hey, when I do that, yeah. Windows key can break me out of games, and then I'm like, where did everything go? Freaking Windows key. They need to have a lock function on that. Maybe they do. And I just never looked into it until this moment. Can you disable the Windows key? Let me look it up. There is. In the left pane, navigate to User Config, Administrative Templates, Windows Components, File Explorer. In the right pane, look for the setting named Turn Off Window Key Hotkeys. It's in the freaking Matrix. You gotta delve into the code just to find this. What are they doing? Some modern gaming keyboards have a game mode which disables the Windows key as well. What the heck? They got gaming keyboards that specifically disable that? But just imagine having to tell yourself that, oh, hold on, I gotta put my keyboard into game mode. I could think of nothing more embarrassing for myself. We're kicking my PC into Overwatch mode. Alright, there we go. We got this here. It does feel rewarding, painting all your backgrounds. Imagine if I just compiled a 3D model or two of a drawer and just dropped it in here. I'd feel sick. Ew. Gross. No. Vile. Vile creature. I know someone has been using a trick to get better at 3D modeling. Ooh, a trick to get better at it. In what way? This one crazy trick that doctors hate? Have they finally discovered it? I'm keen to learn. They first model the background, then they draw and paint over it. That's perfectly fine. I'm very lenient on my criticisms of 3D modeling for background work.
So long as you actually attempt to integrate it into your art style and just do a little bit more than just throwing an asset you found in a, in an asset store for free, or even if you paid for it, I don't really much care. It's like as long as if you attempt to integrate it and it looks good, that's fine. Then there's artistic intent behind it. It's when they just 3D model, boom, there it is, and it looks disgusting, and we all know it. It's purely for the sake of meeting deadlines, and I'm aware of that, but I can still be upset about it. I'm upset more so at the industry that has resulted in, or requires that, of comic artists. They should not have to do that, but they do. But yeah, if you're gonna go about using 3D modeling for backgrounds, I'm very okay with using them as a basis for paint over. Because that's like an industry professional thing too. You'll see concept artists do that. This concept artists sometimes even get a little bit more egregious than I'm comfortable thinking about, like with photo bashing. Like that's literally, you're taking photography somebody else made of a texture base, and then you're just throwing it onto your painting. And usually they go the extra effort of integrating it because you have to as well, so I'm aware that photo bashing is also an important and useful tool when it comes to an artistic process. Especially when you got deadlines, man. It's always about deadlines. The boss makes $1, I make a dime. Something about company time. Fill in the blank. I put the ruler on the wrong layer. Maybe on the company dime. Yeah, I do like that expression. It's a good one. Get this ruler out of here. Been going for 50 minutes. Guys, I'm telling you, the backgrounds go so quick for me. And I know it's because they're minimalist. I'm not putting that much effort into backgrounds. But I'm putting more effort in than I thought I would. And that's really what matters. I gotta put like a lighting change here for the plane shift on the bed. But lighting and backgrounds usually go so quick. Although when I was doing this page, maybe it's just because I'm more familiar with how to paint a naturalistic landscape, but this one definitely took a lot longer. When I was painting all these, look at this, all this little oil texture brush, painting a rock texture, some gouache in there. This is a good background for me. I liked doing that one. I might touch it up in the future. This little rock area looks weird to me. Over here, yeah, it's stuff to think about later. But the around looks pretty good. And also, this was before I got my new cloud brushes, so maybe I'll touch that up. I don't know. I do like this page, though. It's good. It's a good establishing shot for me. See, now then there's this one where at the moment I gotta redo. I'm gonna redo this freaking thing. These two panels, probably. I don't like them. I don't like it. Not my best exterior shot, and I need better foliage brushes. I saw an artist on Reddit the other day who got very good at replicating the painterly style of Ghibli movies, which is relevant because that's what we're listening to right now. But if I could get a foliage brush that looks like Ghibli movies, that'd be pretty good, in my opinion. That's not what I want. What the heck is this brush even? I don't know if her hand works in because it's like a wider bottle here. I don't know. Let's try and fix that while we're here. Might need to extend her thumb in a different direction. Make room for the object. Just completely amputate the thumb. Doctor, I can't feel my legs. I know. I amputated your arms. That's a great joke. I think we should all just remember that that exists. What is that even from? Who was the first person to say that? I always wonder who the first people to do something is. That's so I'm always curious about that. Who was the first person to say words usually? To make up a word that caught on is like slang. Like the first person to ever say dude, that's gotta be legendary behavior. Like who the heck is the guy that invented dude? Because everyone says that. And yet it's an unnamed victory. Nobody knows who that is. But if we did know, I think we could all agree, want to shake that person's hand. Like you legend, you have no idea what you've done. You've altered all of our vernacular for centuries. Maybe even millennia. I mean, dude. I mean, just think, it's a good word as well. It's short, it's punchy. It's got all of the hallmarks of a good word. It's not mean-spirited. I guess it could be mean-spirited, but you'd have to put some stank on the delivery of how you say dude if you wanted to make it come across as bad. Usually you could just say it if you're trying to embarrass someone, like, dude, what are you doing? And usually if you're saying dude in that tone of voice, the person definitely deserves it. Very rarely does a somber dude get dropped unwillingly or, like, unjustifiably. Dude. It's also one of those words you could just put any emotion behind. Some words you can't do that. Like, omelet, you can't say omelet in a sad tone of voice. It doesn't work. I guess you could. You know what? I just realized that every word has a context behind it. Any word can be said in any inflection. It just depends. I'm sure we've all had... there's always the possibility that someone has had a you can get mad with dude, sad with dude, happy with dude. I'm just realizing it's like every word, actually. While dude is a more popular example. You could get sad with, like, omelet or something. Now, it wouldn't happen often, I imagine. But surely there's somebody out there who's like, oh man, an omelet was the meal I was having during my, like, first private jet flight or whatever, before the crash in the Amazon. You know, like, someone could be really sad about that. Someone probably has a negative experience with omelets and they just have to live with that for the rest of their life. Like, he just got a big promotion, he was flying out to Bulgaria or something. I don't know where. To meet his boss. They were having a company retreat because of the big deal that just happened. And then they crashed into the Amazonian rainforest while he was eating an omelet. And that's just like, now we can never look at them the same way again. Dude is a universal word for words. I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. We're all dudes, it's true. Non-gender terminology. Want to see a video about how people are pissed about the new League character even though I don't play League or know anything about it? Nice. That's a quote. Bonus points if you know it. What from without looking it up? I can barely. You've seen me. I am the master at half remembering things. You expect me to remember a full thing? You're crazy. You're out of your mind. Absolutely not. You have to tell me, because otherwise I will never figure it out. The thumb is simply too thin here. This does not make any sense. Good Burger. See, I've seen that too. I've seen that movie. I know they're making a sequel. For some reason. I wish they wouldn't, but they have decided that they are so low at that bottom of that barrel that they're scrounging around, and that this is where we're at. Society. We are getting a sequel to Good Burger, everybody. I don't know how old you were when it came out. Let me check. I don't know, but I have seen that movie. I've seen it multiple times, which is more than I would recommend seeing the movie Good Burger. November it comes out, I guess. I can't even believe that it's happening in general, frankly. 1997, so why have I seen that movie then? Multiple times. Were you even born? No, I was not. I was born on the year 2000, the Chinese year of the dragon. It was said that when I was born, the stars aligned and a beam of darkness came out of the sky and darkened the hospital from which I was being birthed. This is all very real. I gotta do this. Altering weather at such a young age, I have a knack for that kind of thing. I hate this ellipse tool, it makes me so angry. That it doesn't just do like the... I mean, if you go really far out, it's kind of impossible to even tell that it's doing it, but like right here, you can see it's wider on the edges here than it is on these edges over here. And I hate that. It makes me angry. But I don't know how to fix it. It was that total eclipse of the sun. Sorry, I did just watch Little Shop of Horrors, so you have to forgive me for quoting it now. I got a good 10 years on you, so young. But I'm gonna get older, like for sure. I believe me, guys. I'm working on it. It's a process. It takes me some time. I can't just instantaneously age, not yet anyway. Not everyone can just age as they wish. It doesn't happen. But I'll get there. I may even be older than you someday, and that is how that works. Don't even look at me. Don't even talk to me. Don't even be in the same room as me. Can't handle social interaction. Sure. I saw an artist on Twitter today who was 18 years old, and they made me feel very sad about where I'm at. That's kind of the problem with looking at... I hate... If you're an artist in this world, stop putting your age in your bio, especially if you're under the age of, like, 30. We know what you're doing. You're just doing it to be braggadocious about it. There's no other explanation for it. Unless you're doing it to indicate that you are... that whether or not you're a minor. That I'll accept. But you can just say, I am or I am not a minor. In that case. But I realize in the Twitter art sphere that is important to note, because if you don't specify, you're probably just going to get a bunch of weirdos talking to you on there. You're probably going to get a bunch of weirdos anyway, but it's better to be safer than sorry. I'll just show up at your house and sit in your closet. Don't do that. You already threatened to mail me furniture. Don't do that. Don't do any of this. This is all bad. I got my paycheck today, though. I get paid on Thursdays, so you know I'm going to be buying that first Berserk hardcover volume that I said I was going to get. Is it me or does the cap on the bottle look off? The cap isn't here. I'm going to put a cap there. If you mean the angle of it, then it probably is. I probably got to add it. It probably needs to be smaller, too, this whole thing. Let me fix this here. Here, let me break down. This is the shape of the bottle in side profile. It's just like that. And if there was a cork, it would go in like there. So I'm probably going to have to draw that. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, this is the general gist here. And then it's got like this. And then, ooh, what's this? What's in the bottle? It's the spicy water. Uh-oh. Don't drink that. Get that out of here. The poisson. Actually, this is good, because now I can just do this. And I can just move this over here. Cusco's poison. The poison that killed Cusco. I like how Patrick Warburton just made a career out of doing one voice. That is so... And I mean that wholeheartedly, because I love that man's voice. And it's like, normally the point of character in a work of art, you would think, is to be unrecognizable. So that you don't break the immersion of the storytelling, but no. If you hear Patrick Warburton in anything, you're like, oh my god, that's Patrick Warburton. Hell yeah. It's just like, this is the best part about the movie now, or show, or whatever I'm watching. Absolutely put Patrick Warburton's voice in there. There are people that is specifically their thing. I wish I could do that. I don't have the voice for that. It's not noteworthy enough. Like the Pixar dude? The Pixar dude. There's a Pixar dude? Who's the Pixar dude? I know about the Pixar eyebrow. Sometimes I just do that in real life. I will just catch myself doing this. And I don't know why. The guy who's in every Pixar film? I would have to look at their voice acting cast. I have resting Pixar eyebrow. I've brought this up before. I don't know why. I'm sitting here and then sometimes I'll realize, wow, the right side of my face above my eye feels a little sore. And then I just realized I've been doing that for like an hour. Just like half squinting. John Dezo Ratzenberger. I feel like I would have known if this guy was at more places than he is. Yeah, look at this guy. Yeah, if you look at the characters he's played, you definitely know the voice, for sure. He's the pig from Toy Story. Yeah, I'm seeing some of the reels pop up here. He's the transportation truck from Cars. He's in A Bug's Life. You'd know him, like, immediately if you saw him in there. Yeah, I know this guy's voice now just from seeing the characters he's played, for sure. Yeah. Alright, now we can finish coloring this panel. A little bit of a hitch there. But we're back into it. It's cool that the multiply layer stays right where it was. Now her hand looks a little off, though. So I will see what we can do about that. Maybe like here. Where's the line art for your hand? There it is. Or as an actor, Tim Curry is the same person, just different. Yeah, you see him or hear him, and you're like, I know where this is going. I see what kind of role they went for here. Some kind of over-the-top, vaguely flamboyant character with a deep voice. Yeah, I see what we're doing here. That's a Tim Curry if ever I saw one. For sure. And we love that for him. Every time you see him on the screen, you're just sitting there in anticipation. As a reference, everybody, that's my time. I'll be here all week. Which is to say, not at all, because tomorrow... Well, I guess I will be streaming tomorrow. Because it's Friday, but I have a day off tomorrow, so I can sleep, I suppose. That's a plus. I don't normally get to just sleep after stream. Well, I get to, but it doesn't normally work. Sometimes there'll be less pressure to do it. How much does a sinus surgery cost? Could someone tell me? I feel like I just need to get the nose removed. The allergies and the sinuses, they're just not great this time of year, and I feel like the easiest solution is to just go full Voldemort. Get that thing right out of here. I don't need it. I don't freaking need it. No idea. I might have to start looking into this for no reason. What color is a cork, by the way? I feel like I need to reevaluate that. Or just like a stopgap. Would it just be like more... Let's try this. Yeah, I think this is better. So, oh god, here it comes. What are they gonna say? That was a crazy video. You're talking about the League of Legends one? People are pissed because she's a barefoot lolly? I don't freaking... I thought we moved past that as a society. Both lollies and being mad at them. I thought we would cut... Freaking, like, what? Why are people still mad about lollies? Isn't that like every VTuber in the world? I thought we were just kind of begrudgingly accepting that they were gonna be around. And the foot thing, well, that's just like, whatever. That's do whatever you will with that. I can't make you accept that. If you're into feet, You can be in defeat. If you're into lollies, I don't know. That's a bit of a gray area. I'll be honest with you. Most VTubers, yeah, that's what I was thinking. But you're a Shota, not a lolly. I'm not any of that. Get away from me. I'm not either of those. I'm a freaking goblin. Is a gremlin, yeah, and you would never sexualize a gremlin. Like Gremlins 2 did. I think it was Gremlins 2. What's the lady gremlin? Gremlins 2 kissing gremlin. Oh yeah, it is Gremlins 2, I think. Why is this here? They are a different class, and I am a frog. Here it is. I'm not gonna play the scene, but I'm pretty sure in this movie, this man, he looks like he's not enjoying it, but I'm pretty sure at one point he does just like, he looks at the camera and he's like, well, might as well. And then that you can only imagine what happens after that. Luckily for me, I'm a bunny. I can't be lolly or a Shota. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. That's for your fan artist to determine. Bunnies are too lewd. That's exactly the problem. Yeah, you outline. You're not helping your case, I think. We were just talking about Lola Bunny in a different chat. And how that's like one of the... Just like looking at her is just like she was designed to be lewd. We all know it. Look at Lola. Yeah, that was exactly the reference that was brought up. It'd be highly unethical to make such a lewd bunny as Shota or Lolly. It may be unethical, but it's definitely happened and may continue to happen. I gotta figure out how to do this perspective on this hand here. What's going on? It looks too wide. People are still pissed at the new Lola design. Still? It's hardly even a new design anymore. The movie came out like years ago. It was only so long I could be mad at something. Especially when I don't even care about what it is. New Lola design, and then I remember people getting angry, and I was like, the old one's still there. You guys don't have to be this upset about it. You could just watch the old one. I don't even know why they wanted to watch the new Space Jam. We all knew it was going to be bad before it came out. And we were right. I think this has to be... Yeah, the perspective on the hand needs to change. That's what I was... Yeah. Hold on. We can do this. They want her boobs. She has flatter, yeah, but that's a preference issue. Also, I think just her facial... sorry. I don't know why I forgot how to speak there for a second. Her facial design is different. She looks almost exactly like that squirrel from Animaniacs. I forget the name. But it's like, as soon as somebody pointed that out, I'm like, oh yeah, that is literally what they did. They just gave her that face. And objectively, I would say less flattering. It's a weird looking face, in my opinion. Fix the knuckles as well. Unlike Sonic, they don't chuckle. That's not how you do that. So we hit a little bit of a snag on this panel. Who cares? We're gonna work through it. I am gonna sneeze though, 1 second. I lied, it didn't come out. But that makes me upset more than it should you. Not me looking at Lola Bunny fan art at this point in time. I'm just trying to see what they did to the face. And honestly, I don't know how... It's like not even that different, but it feels so much different. Like, this is what I'm looking at right now. I'm just... Hold on, I'm checking the... I'm quickly scanning the entirety of what is on screen right now. It all seems... It seems in order. Okay, we're here. Like, they just did this. Like, I feel like... What did they do? It looks like they widened it. And they made the facial lines more pronounced. Like, these ones are more pronounced. That's what it seems to be. And the nose is slightly bigger. Like, it's weird how little is changed, but how much of a difference it makes. In terms of the design. But she does look just like that squirrel from Animaniacs. I'm gonna bring that one up. Just so everyone knows what I'm talking about. Slappy Squirrel, that's the one. They did just give her this face. And it's very obvious once you see it. You can never unsee that. It's just Slappy Squirrel's face. Like, look at that. It's literally the same thing. Enough ranting. For now. I gotta fill this drawer with clutter, too. I forgot. Okay, so now we can... Oh yeah, we can add lighting to this, too, and then we'll do the background for that. Just plotting it out. Yeah, I think for this one, I think we're gonna have to get that. We're gonna siphon the color from my own panel again. This... Why does it get darker over? Did I put multiply layers over there? I did. No, I didn't. What the... I did, but I... Oh, that's what I did. Alright, well then in that case, we're just gonna bring all this back. And we'll just do it manually. And then after we do this, I have to get, I have to actually start working on scripting out the next page, because I've been working on my plot outline, but not really the script for the chapter that we're on, which is probably what I should be doing. But it's not like it's not like I won't do it or get around to it. I am in my hyperdrive schedule mode, and the first day off of which starts tomorrow, so I can really just set aside. I can really commit myself to doing all of the work that I planned on doing. We can finally fully test out the upper limit of hyperdrive schedule mode when I spend like 8 hours on my days off just doing whatever. Whether that be writing, scripting, thumbnailing, what have you. We got another hour to do this. I guess the most difficult part at this point would be filling the drawer with clutter that a sort of fantasy medieval type clinic would have, and I'm not entirely sure what they would have. I simply don't know. We can do the lighting for this panel, and then we'll do the background for this one, mainly because that's like a little bit of a perspective shot, so I do want to get that ironed out. And then there won't be too much left to do for this stream, if anything. Let's Google a witch's house and see what they got in the drawers. Alright, I'm going to follow your advice literally. Witch's house. Well, these are pretty cool. The Beverly Hills Witch House? What am I looking at? Very fantastic. The Witch's House MV for Nintendo Switch? What the heck? A young girl, Viola, is drawn inexorably to a mysterious manner that seems to change behind her back. What is this? Am I about to find a hidden gem? Oh no, it's just Witch's House. I remember this game. It's that Witch's House. I understand. This is on the Switch now? I didn't even know. Yeah, the RPG Maker game. I didn't even realize it until I clicked on it. And I was like, oh yeah, I've seen this. It's a pretty good game. Yeah, I remember a lot of death in this game. Like it's one of those games where if you just click on the wrong thing at any given moment, there's probably like 14 different ways you could die that are just on screen that you don't even realize until it happens. That whole kind of thing. Well. What the hell am I looking at? Yeah, Madfather and Ebe were like that too. Yeah, I remember those games too. I was definitely... That was like the peak of my YouTube content consumption when I would just be on there all the time. And all the Let's Players were playing all those pixel art horror games. And that was the other one, Ao Oni. With this lad right here. Oh man. Now I'm getting taken back. This takes me back. I don't know, it shouldn't. Because it's very stupid. I mean, just look at that. What is that? But I remember this. I remember all that. Mark's video is on there. Yeah, I noticed that too. I probably saw that video when it came out as well. That is around the era that I would have just been looking at every one of those YouTubers. PewDiePie, Green PewDiePie. I believe Mark was the American PewDiePie, I don't remember. All of the nicknames are hard to keep track of. I wasn't a fan of Pewds, I was. Of course, I was also 12, so it's like, I don't know, my opinion shouldn't really count for much from that era, but, you know. I enjoyed his content. I watched Mark and Jack. I watched everybody. Because I had nothing better to do. Tiny Box Tim tattoo, that's a good one. I guess we could just do the lighting for this now. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this. I guess it would just be the lighting for this panel. Alright, we can do that. Multiplication layer. Darker on the blue. I don't have any tattoos. And I don't know if I'm gonna get one, but I think maybe, eventually. I wouldn't hate the idea. I just don't know what I would get. Do I be a basic binch and just get a Berserk brand tattoo somewhere on my body? Maybe. I don't know. But that's like when you do that, it's like everybody does that. You can't just do. It's like the guys who got like the Triforce tattooed on their hand. First of all, like a horrible idea. Like one of the most painful locations you could get a tattoo, I would imagine. On the back of your hand? Freaking psychopaths. But I've seen it. I've seen it. It's probably why more people don't get that one, actually. Is because that's like horrifying. All of your freaking tendons and ligaments in there and just zzz. I want a Triforce tattoo on my hand. I mean, it seems like it would be cool, but I don't know if I could handle it personally. I know a guy with a Triforce implant on the back of his hand. Yeah, see, it's been done. I don't know if I have the mental fortitude to stick with it myself. I got high pain tolerance? I absolutely do not. I can't handle it. I have a weird thing about my pain tolerance where I don't even necessarily feel the pain particularly badly compared to like the average person. But I will just get angry, like irrationally. So if like even over the most minor, like if someone pinches me, I'll just be like, I'll get so mad over just any minor amount of pain. I think it's a coping mechanism. Like how when you swear, apparently that increases your body's pain threshold or tolerance. Like it apparently, like it's psychologically, it's supposed to relieve it. So maybe my coping mechanism is to just get really angry about any minor pain that comes my way. Tattooing on bone always hurts more, but heals faster. Interesting. I didn't know that. But I want that UV paint tattoo so it's most invisible until UV hits it. That can happen? That sounds awesome. UV paint tattoos are something only certain artists do? That sounds dope. Biggest problem would be getting my back tattoo. Are you going to get a full body spread? A Yakuza dragon, perhaps? It's just a thought. Just think about it before you answer. Because the answer should be yes. Even if it would cost you like thousands of dollars, it would be worth it, I think. Myers refuses to touch it. Sometimes the paint can cause bad reactions. I see. On a Ouija board back tattoo? Would you get somebody to use it? I can imagine that being a party trick. Just whip off the shirt. Hello, everyone. Would you like to commune with the spirits? No, no, don't bother going into the closet. I'm a Ouija board. As a witch, I'm gonna be quiet about that tattoo. A Weggy board? A Luigi board? Can u get pregante? Alright, let's do the background for this panel. And then I'll begrudgingly try to figure out what medieval clinic desk clutter or drawer clutter is supposed to look like on the spot, because I didn't really put them up. As if you can't tell from my sketch, I don't really know what vague cylinder and rectangle are supposed to be in the context of this panel. So I'll have to figure that out. I have to hop for now, leaving you up on the PC though. Thank you for stopping in, Garrett. Always a pleasure. And I'll see you at some point soon. When my days off are sorted out so we can talk on VC about all that stuff that you brought up. Always fun to be here, I'm glad. And I'll see you soon. Yeah, just let me know. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll get my situation all sorted. Don't you worry about it. Well, I didn't have to get it sorted. My boss had to get it sorted, but I digress. As a purveyor of the dark arts, I love it, yeah. As a necromantic, which is another... I think necromancer is a weird term. Can we all just agree on that? What does the romance gotta do? How did that get in the root word for that? Aren't you your own criminal boss yet? No. For a grocery store? No. There's not a lot of interesting stuff that you could be a crime lord of over a local grocery chain. I guess I could, like, start a black market for the teeth whitener. Apparently that's a pretty high commodity item. Because it's small but expensive, you know. Or like the laundry detergent pods, those are another high commodity item. I could start a black market for those. I don't know, that sounds very crime lord-like. I haven't done it, but I suppose I could. That's like the most nefarious thing I could do, though, in my current position, is get teeth whitener. Scamming people out of cheap good by charging an extra $1 more. It's not even that cheap, man. It's teeth whitener. Teeth whitener be expensive. Because people's insecurities, you know, it's worth overcharging them. Says Big Pharma. Oh yeah, also I gotta remember to draw the blood on this man. Trigger warning, people bleed in this comic. It's a fantasy action comic, what did you want from me? A G-rated experience? Absolutely not. No. Get out of here with that. Positively no. The moment I give way to G-rated fantasy is the day that I finally lose my sense of self. So boring. I want heads rolling. I want freaking swords clashing. Fire all over. People getting caught up in the aforementioned fire. It's gonna be crazy. I want to hear how dangerous a crystal ball is, like as a physical item, or just like as in the unconventional sense, or both. I'm interested in all angles personally. Because a crystal ball, I imagine, is pretty goddamn heavy. You're just hucking that thing; it's already dangerous enough. But yeah, I'm willing to hear alternative uses and dangers. As a physical item, I can imagine how dangerous it is. As a physical item, yeah, for sure. It's just a giant crystal. Combine a crystal ball with a window? You get a house fire? What? I didn't know that. How does that happen? Oh, I get it. Okay, I get it. Yeah, because the sunlight would be refracted through the crystal ball. Yeah, no, that sounds like an awful thing. And I'm sure that has happened to people. The old magnifying glass on the anthill trick. I'm putting the pieces together. It's like an omni magnifying glass. I had no idea they were that powerful, but I can see it now that you mention it. Suddenly hit it at any angle and it can start a fire. That's nightmarish. So if you're saying if I ever get a crystal ball, I gotta keep that thing in the closet. until use is required. Because I can get down with that. I can get down with keeping that in a safe location. Considering it's holding the nuclear launch codes to my own house at any given moment, apparently. I had to tell a couple, and when I tried to explain to people how dangerous they are, they thought I was going to warn them about ghosts. I mean, yeah. You cover it with a cloth. Oh, yeah, that does seem familiar. Covering it with a cloth, like a parrot. You just hide the crystal ball. Cover it, calm it down, hide its eyeballs. Very dangerous parrot. Far more dangerous than even an average parrot could ever hope to be. Oh, it's because this is the multiply layer. I see what's going on. I see what's going on here. Oh, and then that's too low. Alright, we'll just do this then. Freaking finicky little... What? I gotta make this darker again. Crystal ball will set you on fire during an afternoon nap? No, man, I'm putting the cloth on there for sure. I know my... I've just been informed of the proper method of storing them. So I think I'm good. Ain't no crystal ball setting me on fire. Nope. No, 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 no. Now I gotta remember how to use the perspective ruler. That's not the perspective ruler. This is the perspective. See if this works. Gotta move it over here again. Whoa, that's not what I want. But yeah, that sounds pretty... I would definitely not be messing around with crystal balls. Without the proper storage considerations at this point. Knowing what I do now. And also just as a physical item, like, it's heavy. They're dangerous in a lot of ways, them crystal balls. And then if they do break, then you got glass shards all over the place, and that's no good. So they're just... It's like, you know what? It's a deceptively dangerous item. Should not be just giving them out to the average individual. Should be registered as a weapon in your household. Weapon against your household, yeah, absolutely. Well, isn't that what they say? Like, if you have like a... If you have a firearm in your house, you're more likely to be injured by it as a result of the intruder grabbing it than you are to, like, use it successfully. I feel like I've heard that. I don't know if that's propaganda or whatever. But I feel like they always say, like, if you have a firearm in your house, you're probably in more danger as a result. Maybe I'm misremembering that whole point of that argument or discussion, though. I don't know. Could be both. Could be both. But realistically, you shouldn't let an intruder get that close to you. Yeah, that's true. But in the fight or flight scenario, we may not all have that option. Me, personally, if an intruder's coming at me and they're armed, I'm busting out my sniper rifle with like a 3.5x scope, zooming in on them. Even if we're standing in the same room, I'm doing it as a show of dominance. I'm gonna no-scope this fool immediately. Whoever got a machete from home for home defense. I don't want the cops taking my gun. Yeah, I saw this freaking. There's a news clip. There was a clip going around, and it was in. I think it was some European news network, where there were these people running around, just crowded streets in. I think it was the UK, somewhere in the UK, just with machetes. Like, what was that? What? Just running around with machetes? I don't think they were hurting anybody, but they were just running around with machetes. And I know there was like a whole bit about like in the UK they don't use guns, they use knives. There's like a whole thing. A little bit of a meme. But like I didn't realize it had gotten to the point where people are running around with machetes. As opposed to like being, I guess running around with guns would be worse. So you know what? There's looking on the bright side, I suppose. It's also my yard tool, so it's not a great machete. Well, for intimidation factor, it probably is like way more effective. Because you know what? Imagine if someone whips out a clean machete and they're about to defend themselves, like that's one thing. But if someone whipped out like a rusty, jaded machete and they brandished it at me, I might have second thoughts about messing with them at that point. I don't want to get an infection. That's disgusting. Get that away from me. Probably got some kind of garden bacteria on there. It's rusty and chipped for sure. Yeah, like that's like way more nightmare-inducing. Imagine if every trap in the Saw movies just looked pristine. It wouldn't be nearly as scary of a franchise. It's gotta be gross to achieve maximum horror. There's literally just a trap in one of the Saw movies that's just like a pit full of heroin needles. It's like, that's it. It's not even particularly dangerous. It's just really gross. Like, there's a key in just like a pool full of syringes. It's really, that's it. That's the whole crux of that. It's just gross. It's like, ew. I also got a battle. You have a freaking battle axe? You can pretend to be a dwarf. I think with a battle axe, you could just be a real life dwarf. You don't even have to LARP. You just have to gain an affinity for gold that's a little unhealthy. Then you're basically there. Be a tall dwarf if you like. I'm not tall. Oh, well, you can. Then I guess you could just be a regular-sized dwarf. I'm very short, but not short enough to be a dwarf. Well, then I guess that we're just stuck at tall dwarf again, aren't we? We've reached an impasse here. A tall for a dwarf, at the very least. Something amazing recently, and what is that? I'm curious. Is it as amazing as crystal balls can light your entire house on fire just by existing in your living room? Where I live pretty much legalized all knives and even brass knuckles. That's pretty messed up. For self-defense and collection. I know if you go on like wish.com, you could buy brass knuckles in like a little sneaky way. You get like a little roundabout way. All you had to do was look up paperweights. That's what they call them. On the gray market. What do you mean? I'm not buying brass knuckles, I'm buying paperweights, my dude. It's just a paper. What do you got a problem with paperweights? Officer? Take me away. Why is this what this looks like? Hold on. Yeah, don't buy oil filters from Temu. Yeah, don't buy... Well, first of all, don't buy anything from Temu because there's allegations that they use forced labor. So, well, that's one thing. But also, yeah. There's all sorts of funny little terms that people have. Like water pipes. Do not buy a water pipe. It is not a water pipe. That is a bong. Or like it's at the very least just like some kind of some paraphernalia. Those are suppressors. The ATF will come and murder your what? Gun silencers. I don't think that's what I was looking at. We have one of those? What the heck? The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives. That seems so weirdly specific. For those 3 things? Well, it's really 4 things. Why did they cut off the E? It's an illegal gun suppressor. ATF will raid your home so fast. Not if they don't know. Also, I would never buy any of those anyway. I'm a good Christian boy who is also not Christian. I just said it to be cool. We're almost done with this page, guys. Isn't that neat? It is for me. The DEA do the exact same job, but better. Well, now I gotta see what their funny little acronym is. The Drug Enforcement Administration. I feel like I knew that one. Founded by Richard Nixon. He did do something. That's really all I gotta say about Richard Nixon. That guy sure did stuff, didn't he? Yep. He sure was a funny man, that one. Was he the actor? Was Richard Nixon an actor? Or is it a different one? Who the heck was the president that was also an actor? Ronald Reagan. That's right. That make yep. Yeah. It's all coming together. Good old Ronald. I could have also been talking about Donald Trump because that guy did act, and I say that with some air quotes. He had a few acting roles, as it were. And he's really just doing cameos before cameos were like a thing. He just showed up places. It's like, oh, is that Donald Trump? I guess so. He's in this movie? Weird. He was in The Little Rascals. He was in Home Alone 2. Some other stuff, I'm sure. Alright, now I gotta... What the heck do medieval medical implements look like? Let's take a look. Oh my god. I don't think I'm allowed to draw these. These look like implements of torture. I don't think I'm gonna draw a drawer full of all of these. These look messed up. I'm trying to look at any of these and see if I could draw this in a drawer. And have it be fine. Not have it cause like any confusion or worry. in this panel? Like, what are any of these used to not saw off somebody's leg? Draw them torture devices? I'm not gonna draw. You gotta. Oh my god. What the heck are they even doing here? Hold on, I gotta bring. What is this? What the heck is that? On the right there. It's just like a. It's in this man's leg. There's like a crossbow drill going through somebody's leg. What is that even for? What medical purpose could that possibly serve? Here's some stuff that I might be able to draw. I'm not going to draw all of them, but I'll draw like one or two of these. They look the least like tortured. They look like just little forceps, honestly, and like little tweezers, so I can probably draw some forceps. Here's a picture of some forceps. Let's bring this up to the top of the order here. Here we go. I could draw, excuse me. I can draw a couple pairs of these little forceps here. Like that, and these little here. I'm not gonna draw this in the drawer. Or this. I can only imagine what this was used for. That's definitely going right into your skull. Right into your noggin. This right here, for sure. Hey look, it's a little jar with a cork in it. I was being historically accurate without even knowing what I was doing. A little saw, just to remove your hand from your arm, you know, nothing, something casual like that. Simple procedure. A hammer, also applied directly to the skull. Funny thing about every tool on this table is that it was applied directly to the skull. This jar of spices, put it right in your nose. Got you to sneeze the demons out. That's what they did back then. Mortar and pestle. They put one of your eyeballs in there. And grind it up. And they feed that to you to improve the health of your other remaining eyeball. It's true. This little hook goes right in your eyeball. This is what they used to get the first eyeball out. I'm not even sure what this one is, but you can guarantee it went in your skull somehow. And the knife, right into your skull, obviously. Freaking Hannibal Lecter style. Put that. What is this even? I'm not even sure what this one is. It's like a reverse tuning fork. This is the fun part. Whoops. Freudian slip. I don't even know for what. This is the fun part about doing research for your fantasy comic. Or really just any story that you're trying to tell in general. Is that you could just learn so much about all this weird stuff. Like, I didn't know what medieval forceps looked like until right now. Should I just trace over these? I just need a shape anyway. I think I will trace over this. No one's gonna stop me. Tracing is fine, everybody. Whoa. That's the wrong eraser. As long as you're not just implementing 3D backgrounds, then we'll get along just fine. As long as you at least try to integrate, have some artistic intent behind it, unless you have a strict deadline. Listen, I am aware deadlines exist. I'm just upset that they do. There's like those 3 factors behind, and I think it's mainly used to describe an animation studio and the work that you can get out of them. And it's like there's 3 elements to it. You can get stuff done cheap, fast, and well. You can get it done cheap, fast, and well. Or good, I suppose, like quality. But you can only pick 2 of those elements. You cannot have all 3. You can have like cheap, fast, but bad. You can have cheap and quality, but slow. You know, and then you can just kind of extrapolate from there. You can have good and fast, but it's going to be expensive. You know, it's that kind of thing. You can only pick 2 of the elements. Yeah, I might have to finish this up off stream. It's not, I don't have much to do on this page. We're literally virtually done here. I just gotta do some touch up on the clutter inside the drawer, and then this page will be done, and I can finally go into hyperdrive mode for scripting the next page tomorrow morning. So that'll be fun. And I'm pretty sure it's my day off tomorrow, so that'll be good. I can finally do anything but just be awake. I've said it before, and I'll say it an infinite number of times more during my existence on this plane. But, like, if I could remove one bodily need, it would be the need to sleep over anything else. I just hate having to sleep. If I could just feel jived and jazzed at any given moment, without the requirement of staving off exhaustion, I would do it. Just get me out of here, this mortal coil. Where should this be? Should it be like here, maybe? What kind? Where should we put this? It's a good thing we're drawing all of these elements individually, so I can just decide where they go later. Alright, let's draw the other, I guess the other forceps. They got multiple pairs of forceps for a reason. We'll just draw them. I shouldn't be too picky about what exactly the clutter looks like in this drawer. It just needs to exist and be convincing as something based in history or some level of accuracy. Like, what would a doctor have? Certainly not having no x-ray machine tucked away in this drawer, that's for sure. But I also don't really like the portrayal of medieval medicine as it was, basically. I just don't like what it was. I guess not the portrayal, I don't much like the reality of what it was, so I would like to romanticize it a little bit via my fantasy storytelling. That's what the fantasy setting really is. It's just romanticizing how messed up the medieval times were, honestly. All these knights in honor and fighting evils and demons. It's just a bunch of dudes just basically sucking up to nobility, and the nobility letting people starve, and the church just letting people starve and excommunicating people they didn't like. Tons of disease and stuff. It wasn't great. And they drilled into your face if they thought you had a cold. Let all your blood fall out. That ought to cure it. Yeah, just get his blood to fall out. He'll be right as rain by tomorrow morning. Or dead. In which case, no more illness, so still a win. Well, I don't hear him sneezing anymore. Yeah, he died in his sleep. Well, you didn't specify that that wasn't supposed to be the result. That'll be 1 shilling. I don't know what money was like back then. That'll be 1 dragon's horde. I do enjoy the fact that dragons and cyclopses and stuff were basically just, some people saw skulls of weird animals that they had never seen alive, like elephant skulls and alligator skulls and stuff like that, and they're just like, oh my god, this is a mythological beast of legend. It's gonna, if these were alive, and they probably are, they would kill us. Like elephant skulls, they look like a cyclops, and that's gotta be where, it's like almost 100% where the myth came from. If you've seen it, then you would be like, yeah, I don't see how anyone else could see it any other way. That's gotta be where it came from. trying to figure out where this would look best compositionally. See what this looks like missing all this clutter here, and we'll just try to determine it from there. Guess you finally slept well. It was me, yo, me too, so far. I'm gonna get more sleep later today, but I'm off to a great start compared to where I was yesterday. Look at us, a couple of well-functioning human beings for once. Ain't that freaking crazy? Hello, Swan. Can't you tell? Don't I just sound way less exhausted and dead than I did last stream? I haven't listened back to it, but I imagine if I did, it would just be... I know what my voice sounds like when I'm dying, and I can imagine I have that exact tone in my voice where I'm just like... Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good sleep, guy. Feels great. You do sound better. I feel like a million times better. 100%. Fucking sleep. Why do we need it? I wish I didn't need it. I'm drawing forceps right now if you're interested. You ever wanted to see what forceps look like from medieval times? Here you go. Right over here. I needed some drawer clutter for my... well, my drawer here. And so I've drawn some forceps. I still need a little bit more variety. I don't know what else I'm going to put in here. I don't want to draw the big old freaking knife here. Maybe I'll put the pliers. Maybe another vial of some various fluid. They got a few jars on the table here. There's not a lot of medieval medical equipment that I'm willing to draw in my fantasy story because it's all just kind of gruesome. Like, this is literally a drill. I can only imagine this was just put in somebody's head. And that is the only... and then this scalpel, we all know what a scalpel does. We all know what that... I don't know what this is. A little metal toothbrush or something? I don't know. So I'm trying to be selective about my drawer clutter here. For the purposes of the story. So far I've drawn 2 pairs of forceps. And I'm struggling to determine if I want to draw the other stuff. Need a jar of leeches. See, that's the kind of thing I'm trying to not put in the drawer. Like the hammer, perhaps? No, maybe not the hammer. Yeah, I'll just draw like a spare leg that they would just sew onto you if you were missing one. You know, just put that right on there. But that is very medieval. Yeah, but I'm doing medieval fantasy. They have standards and class and magic stuff. I'm not gonna portray my world as just like, oh, we have a world full of magic and mystery and wonder. They're still gonna put a leech on you and suck all your blood out to get the demons out of you. Put some rose petals on you. That ought to get rid of the plague for you. Let's see if I can find any other implements that weren't used to hook out your organs. Oh my god. What the hell? What the hell am I... hold on. Trigger warning. What the heck is going on here? What is any of that? I'm going on back. You guys, you just know that that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking at right now. Add pouches of powder and crystals? Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Yeah, I don't know what that was either. I could not tell you. I wish I didn't see it. I have to live with it. Period style medical equipment. There's so many hooks and prods and forks and blades. Don't like it. The powder could be cocaine. Who knows? Magical cocaine? What were the hammers used for? I wish I could see a bigger version of this image. I mean, I can imagine what the hammers were used for, but I would like to know what they were used for. Oh, they have stethoscope? What the heck? Medieval stethoscope. What the heck is this thing? That looks crazy. Bloodletting tools? Yeah, I don't want to draw those in the drawer. You know what? I might just draw... surgical instruments from ancient Rome. Can you really call it surgery if we're in ancient Roman times? That's a generous read on what was happening back then. Surgery. Yeah, okay, we're gonna do surgery on him. If I had the choice between a life-saving surgery and dying in ancient Roman times, I'm dying. You're gonna have to kill me. I don't want whatever else you have planned for me to try and save me. Because I know by the end of it, I'm gonna be missing all of my limbs. And I probably won't be able to smell anything anymore. I'm just trying to see what the medieval... I'm getting war hammers. I don't want to see that. Hammers were used for percussing the chest. What? Medical hammer. This is like real... This is the tendon hammer. I'm looking for the medieval ones. The weirdo ones. Sorry not much interesting is happening visually, but I don't really know. This is research I did not anticipate having to do. So I'm just kind of doing it on the spot right now. Let me see what some more apothecary bottles looked like from the era. And then I'll just throw a couple of those in there as well. That would be good. Oh, here it is. There's literally, this has to be fake. Yeah, this is just like... Okay, I'm using this just because of the shape of the bottles. I'm well aware that this is not historically accurate. This is definitely a bit. And you'll know what I mean when you see it. You got a jar of leeches. You got some pure distilled mercury. Some, what is this? Iron, arsenic, and sugar? Yeah, this is a bit. For sure. Chocolate coated as well. Very nice. I'm using this for the shapes, alright? Let's do this. Tracing is bad. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise, but also ignore it when I do it. I'm allowed, because I hand paint my backgrounds. I have paid my dues. I'm allowed to have a cheat day every once in a while. It's like the artist equivalent of having a brownie, having some carbs, you know, and I have carbs all the time, so really, it's not the best argument for me to make. I couldn't live without them. Is peanut butter? What is peanut butter? That's not a carb, but like, what is it? What would you count that as? I guess it's just a fat. It's got oil in it. It's got legumes in it. Mainly one legume. The best one. The jar of leeches? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think this is accurate, but I'm not using it for accuracy. You see the pure distilled mercury over here? And the chocolate-coated tablets of iron, arsenic, and sugar? Very good. And this is just cough syrup. I'm not sure what's in... I can't read this little list here, but I'm sure it's funny. This seems to be very much some gag gifts here. But I'm just using it for the bottle shapes. I got my rulers to go away. Hold on. There we go. Whoops. Ah, God. Try not to have a seizure. Just have those bottles in your kitchen. I mean, let me see. I think the price wasn't even too bad. Let me check. Oh, these are 3D models. I thought this was real. You could buy the 3D models of these for $2, apparently, so... If I wanted to import these 3D models and become the thing I hated most in the world, I could do that, and then I could just put these in my comic. And I would own the rights to use them that way. So yeah, maybe I will just do that. Have them in my kitchen? No, have them in my comic. That's what I gotta... That's the next logical step. We'll just put this bottle... What's a good orientation for this bottle here? Maybe a smaller one. Make it small. That's the way. It's not the way. It is decidedly the anti-way. Ain't nobody gonna get me to use 3D models. I am an art puritan. And I will preach the art equivalent of abstinence until I die. If you're using 3D models, you're sinning against art Jesus. Who looks a little something. Like this. One moment, there we go. This is art Jesus, everybody. You'll buckle one way or another? Nope, I won't. Give in to the call of cutting corners? Absolutely not. I would sooner die. This is me when you say that to me. My face when? Look how unimpressed I am. Also, what does the label look like on this thing? It's just kind of loosely adhered to it. Did they have labels back in medieval times? Surely they did, right? Nah, we'll just not use it. I just need desk clutter. We don't need to draw attention to the desk clutter. It really just needs to recede into the background anyway. The hand-painted background, I might add. I think I need some leeches. I'm feeling a bit under the weather. I'm gonna need about half of my blood removed. ASAP. Yeah, quite the cough there, buddy. Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I think a moth flew out of my mouth with that one. Hello, friend. Where did you come from? He's just floating around now, isn't he? You guys wish you had a moth friend just fly out of your mouth. I'm naming him... Gary. I'm thinking like 1 or 2 more elements of desk clutter. Luckily for you, I don't know if I like where this is going already. I got mothballs? I don't need to know about any of that. We can kill all moths? I don't want to kill Gary. He flew out of my mouth. I'm like his father, I think. Is that how that works? What is it then? He's your father. Name the game reference for $1 million, do it. I doubt anybody can do it. It's just vague enough to be very difficult. Like, that could be in any game, right? Yes, but it's also specifically phrased in that way in only one. I don't like how much beneath the line art it reveals when I scale it up. This pencil brush here. I need to find... Well, I feel like when I get to like chapter 5 of this comic, or maybe in chapter 3, we'll see how consistent I can be with it. I should just pick a different line art brush. And then it'll just be like... Maybe I should do it after every chapter. I should do a little bit of a mental overhaul and see, just check in where I am visually. And then I'll decide whether or not I need to change some stuff about my approach to this comic. Because the key one right now is probably the line art brush. That's the one thing. Like, I like it, but there could be a better option for me. But I can't use any of, like, the standard, the G pens or whatever, because they just don't look good when I use them. Or when if I can get them to look good, it usually takes way too much effort. Like with a pencil brush, I could just whip these lines out. And when I say whip these lines out, it still takes me forever to finish line art on these pages. It's the longest part of the process, for sure. Doing the line art for these character drawings. I mean, you've all seen it. It's mainly because when I'm doing line art, I'm simultaneously working out perspective and stuff, but still. It takes so long. So I did go to a restaurant yesterday. That's just, we just decided to eat out that day. And the table we were sat next to must have been like people on like a sports team, because it was just a bunch of high schoolers, for sure. And I will tell you, I've never felt more old in my entire life, and I'm only 23, but I felt like I was 57. Sitting next to these high schoolers. Because they were just going around saying the exact kind of stuff you would expect them to be saying. Talking about being rizzed up and stuff like that. Ending literally every sentence with the word bro. It's like, I say bro and brother and stuff like that, but like every sentence, that's the age gap determiner. Is how often you use slang. Not even necessarily which slang you're using, but just like the frequency. Like, I cannot say bro more than maybe like twice in an entire conversation. But they said every sentence ended with the word bro. It's like, oh my god, you don't have to do that. It's not even a filler word at that point, because you're using it at the end of a sentence. So there's no thought that you're buying time for by saying bro. They're just saying it. At least you could understand their slang. Yeah, I understood what they were saying. I'm still a hip zoomer. Who's with the times, as it were. I know all about the TikTok trends and the memes and all that. That comes from partially as a result of me being terminally online as well, but that's just a byproduct of me being who I am personally. I can't change that. But yeah, I can understand them, but I still felt so decrepit just hearing them use it so liberally and loosely. I can't understand them. That's how old I am. Yeah, you didn't even know what sheesh was. You dinosaur? Sorry. I don't mean it. I don't mean it. I didn't mean it. Do not fight me in the streets. I need help. Help this old fossil. Won't you help an old fossil? Whoops. What the heck am I doing? Someone's gonna need to tell me how to undo what I just did, please. Okay, I somehow withdrew all of my stuff. What the heck? Okay. I got terrified. I don't know what keys I pressed to do that, and I thought my art setup was gonna be butchered forever. Okay, good thing we figured that out. Won't you shake a poor sinner's hand? Isn't that what he says in Princess and the Frog? I don't remember. That is the best part of that movie, though. Are you ready? Transformation Central. And then the TikTok meme ruined it in my head, because every time I think about that music video now, or I guess that sequence of animation, I just think about the dude with a face filter on that made his mouth stretch across his whole face like Joker style, and it's just like I can't get it away from him. Yeah, that's a great movie, by the way. People like to say it's mediocre, and they're right, but I like it. I elevate it more in my head than I should, because I just like the movie. That's an echo, gentlemen. A little something we have down here in Louisiana. A little parlor trick, don't worry. I liked it too. It's good. It's good. I think it had a good narrative core about it. I don't like that they fully transitioned to 3D. It's not like they don't have the money to make 2D animated movies too. I know, it's like the whole argument for that whole thing has always been, but 2D, you just don't understand. When they do 2D animation, it's so much more expensive. It's like, are you kidding? You're talking about Disney. You're talking about D's knees. The two most expensive knees in the world. And you're telling me you're talking about budgetary restrictions for animated movies? I don't know what you're talking about. Also, with all of the technology Disney and Pixar funnel into like this innovative technology for animating 3D stuff like water and stuff like that, or like hair physics, I'm pretty sure they're cutting the line between whether or not it's more expensive at this point in time. Like, I'm pretty sure for Moana, they had to reinvent like so much of their software and code just to figure out how to get the water to move how they wanted it to look like a character moving around. And then like for Brave, what is her name? Merida's hair physics were just like insane. Like absurdly cutting edge technology to get that to look the way it does. So if anything, they're definitely skirting the line between whether or not they're cutting costs by doing 3D. They're definitely, they got innovators on their teams. If there's one group of people you can respect in the company of Disney, it's the artists themselves. The business people, they take them or leave them, but the artists, they're trying. Doing some crazy stuff. And you gotta respect it. It's like the movie Klaus. It's an okay movie, but the technology that went into the shading and the rendering for the art style of that movie, it's absolutely insane. I love just reading articles about what they did to get that movie to look the way it does. And it looks 3D, which is amazing. Also, one of the character designers for the Klaus movie worked on Treasure Planet, so I'm legally obligated to like it. I'm just saying. Yeah, see, it's just like everything... What I'm basically getting at is I have good taste. Let's see, where's the bottle here? And then I'll cut the stream after that. I might add some more drawer clutter after I end stream today, but... I simply must... Where did this bottle go? Where are you? There he is. Found you. Got you. Man, Treasure Planet is such a good movie. I feel like not enough people talk about it even still. There was that video essay that blew up a while ago. It was like talking about how underrated it is. And I felt very vindicated in that moment, but I still feel like people still don't give it its due diligence. Just watch the movie. It's got the Goo Goo Dolls doing a soundtrack for it. Like, what's wrong with you? Well, I think it's just the lead singer, but he was basically half of that band's success anyway. You guys know that I don't think I've ever said this, but the Goo Goo Dolls, the drummer for them, actually stopped by my high school once. For like a few sessions of for our jazz band, they like sat in. I don't even remember why they were there, but he did show up there. Let me see if I can find a picture of him. I think it was this guy. I'm fairly certain that's who it was. That's cute. I'm like 90% sure this is who it was. It was forever ago. Yeah, he's from Buffalo, New York, so this has to be him. George Tutuska. I think we called him Jailbird. I just remember that nickname floating around. I don't remember why, but I do remember him being there. But yeah, I can't believe I just uncovered that memory again. That was forever ago. Alright. But enough talk. How about you? Yeah, I'll fill the drawer with more clutter here, but for now, I think I'm gonna have to call the stream. The page is looking good, everybody. I think it's looking good. I might have to add some more multiply layer. I really gotta darken up the room. Make the lighting more ambient, but so far, this page is looking good, and I think we'll be ready to move on by tomorrow, and by we, I mean me. What have you guys even done? What are you doing for my comic? Anyone want to be a colorist? Or a letterer? I'm not gonna pay you. I'll pay you in exposure. It do look good, thank you. The ambient lighting will really sell it. I've been working on my ambient lighting. I was talking about this Twitter artist that was 18 years old earlier, and they had such a good grasp on freaking lighting and color temperature and color theory. I was like, you're freaking 18, get out of here. How do you already have that figured out? I haven't even figured that out. Hey, I'm moral support, that is true. But that is gonna be it for me. So thank y'all for stopping by. I'll be here tomorrow. And then tomorrow's also my day off. I do have Wednesdays off, Swan, in the future. Turns out, it was a scheduling issue on my employer's part because of my vacation, so... Wednesdays will return for me. I don't know about Fridays or what the other day off will be, but at the very least, Wednesdays are gonna come back. Like, if we're stream, get more sleep, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna freaking pass out. Yeah! But yeah, that is it for me. Wednesdays, baby. That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo! But yeah, and yeah, I'll do this. I'll work on. We'll be ready to start. I'll try to script the next page in the morning so that I can be ready to start thumbnailing it by the time stream starts tomorrow. And I'll catch y'all later. And bye-bye.